Jai Sri Ram friends, welcome to Bharat Marg. Welcome Vinay Ji. Thank you for joining us. And आज हमारा बात होगा कि Canadian Hindus say no to PM Justin Trudeau. Okay, why? Because say Vinay Ji will discuss about how the Hindu voting pattern. Mainly, you could have seen many of the Hindus voting for right-wing party in Bharat, but liberals in outside of Bharat. Okay, this has been a trend for whatever reason, but this time it is totally people. Hindus say no to Justin Trudeau. Says our ground report. Let's discuss that with Vinay Ji. But before going further, friends, please make sure to like the video, comment on the video, share the video. If you have any questions, friends, please make sure to ask any questions so that Vinay Ji can answer it for you. In the meantime, friends, we also do Sanskrit class. You can join for free. We take you for Tirtha Yatra anywhere in Bharat. Okay, if you are interested, you can contact us. It's a private luxury trip, and also we send out one dharmic message every day for free for everybody to get stay connected to the roots of Sanatan Dharma. And also, friends, do support us and the good work what we do if you are in support of what we are doing. Okay, and do support us, and you have our WhatsApp number here. If you go to Bharat Marg, you will see a donate now button where you can contribute also. Okay, we highly appreciate it and we need it. Okay, but again, here is Vinay Ji. Vinay Ji, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Ji.
Okay, uh, see, normally Hindus have a pattern. I don't know what this weird pattern is all about. They vote for right wing party back in Bharat. They support right wing party in Bharat, BJP. Whereas when they come abroad, they support the liberals. Do you agree with me on that?
That is true.
Yeah, but this time Hindus say no to Justin Trudeau. What it means and why?
Well, we'll have to go back to the history, and we have covered a lot of it on Bharat Marg in the previous videos. So maybe some of the viewers should check it out. And
And for this, friends, if you are interested in watching Vinay Ji's video, there is a separate playlist there, which says Vinay Ji Talks. Okay, you can go and check. He talks on Canadian immigration, Canadian life, Canadian lifestyle, Canadian politics. You will be able to get everything. Okay, yes, thank you, Vinay Ji. Please continue.
yeah, so basically, going back to the reason why Trudeau is losing his popularity, especially among Hindus, is because of all the atrocities. I should use that harsh word, atrocities, on the Canadian Hindus by the Liberal government led by Trudeau. Because a lot of the atrocities that have happened to the Hindus in terms of the marginalization by some of the communities against Hindus, racism against Hindus by many communities, disrespecting the place of worship of Hindus, robbing Hindus, and many such crimes against Hindus. Right? A lot of these have been unnoticed by the media world across the globe, especially the New York Times, the Washington Post, Al Jazeera, and all these people who are.
Al Jazeera, though, it makes sense because that's not there. You cannot expect that from them.
Yeah,
Let's be
I
fair.
mean, all these media houses that are extremely critical about the Hindus, and they appreciate the Trudeau's government functioning, and anything that Trudeau does. Oh man, this is fantastic, because I have a feeling that, like CBC and CP24 and many of the local CTV, it's exactly what Polivier also said. He said that the Canadian media houses, many of them have been bought over by Trudeau, and they get a lot of funding. They got a lot of donations from the Liberal Party and under the leadership of Trudeau, and that's the reason they cannot say anything against Trudeau, because the moment they say it, the threat is like, "Hey, buddies, you want this carrot? You want it, come fetch it, but make sure you are writing good stuff good stuff about Trudeau government and the Liberal government. If you say anything bad, this carrot is going to get taken away. This
and
is
and
exactly
and
what were Pierre
and
Poilievre shows.
पीपल जो इस वीडियो को देख रहे हैं उनको समझना चाहिए कि आज जो पत्रकारिता है उधर एडवर्टाइज में भी पैसा नहीं है, एडवर्टाइजमेंट में भी पैसा नहीं है, कोई प्रिंट लेने वाला भी नहीं है, तो इसलिए आपको गवर्नमेंट का जो डोल पे डिपेंड करके रहना पड़ता है, राइट विनय जी?
Exactly. Like, if these people ran their media houses, like, for example, Republic TV or NDTV, or any of those, or Times Now. Yeah, I'm just giving you some examples in India, right? Where it is true democracy. Like, people, Western countries don't believe it, but that is where true democracy is. Look at the general elections that's going on in India. 900 million people are voting, and people think, why can't it happen in one day? Why should it happen over 45 days? Buddies, do you know the magnanimity of that, or magnitude of the election?
This
These
is
guys don't
this is
understand.
too much. Don't question the democracy of West, विनय जी.
Exactly.
Even जो प्लेन को बम रखने का थ्रेट करते हैं वो भी आजाद से घूम सकते हैं. ये है डेमोक्रेसी.
Yeah. So the unfortunate thing is, the Trudeau government has basically kind of given a lot of these media houses a lot of funding, and kind of encouraged them to stay in business so that they can keep publishing good stuff, about nice stuff, beautiful stuff about Liberal Party and Trudeau, and just so that he is hoping that he's going to win elections again. Okay. So, and coming back to the Hindu question you raised, like I said, a lot of atrocities have happened. A lot of temples have been desecrated, looted in the past, and nothing has been done about it. And just imagine, these guys have not solved the murder of the Apotex couple, the CEO of Apotex, that happened about 6-7 years ago. Okay, but they were really on a fast track to arrest people, of an ordinary plumbers make about what, $25-$30 an hour, but Apotex,
And don't say ordinary plumber. He was a president of Guru Nanak Gurudwara too.
Yeah, whatever it is, he is a plumber. Okay, so that's what the government says. All right. So and they, within months, they arrested people, and they showed RCMP is very efficient and blah blah blah. But the end of the day, right? Just because he's a Sikh, and he's a Sikh so-called leader of the local Gurudwara or whatever. But end of the day, they had to appease the local Sikh community and do what it takes, because the Sikh community, under his partner, NDP leader, Jagmeet Singh, basically, they threatened Trudeau, and they said that, what, if you don't support us, we are going to basically walk away from supporting you. So Trudeau was shaking in his pants, and he said, no, we'll do something. And he put the pressure on RCMP, and RCMP has arrested some people. But God knows if these people are really involved, because if you look at the fourth guy, he looks like he's been beaten up. And I don't know what happened, and I'm not sure. I don't want to go into that. But this is the thing. So they play there's double standard here, right? So when it comes to Sikh communities, oh yeah, sure, we'll do whatever it takes. But when Hindu temples get looted, nothing, no word. And then you remember the Bhagavad Gita park that opened up, was it last year or something, right? Yeah, so that park, suddenly the name was taken away by unknown people, and then they brought it back and put it back in. So these things have been going on against the Hindu communities, and these guys have realized.
And also the guys who threatened extraction from Hindu community, he was given bail in 2 days or next day.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Whereas the freedom rally people who were arrested were jailed for 2 years.
Correct. So this is double standard, right? So this is what's going on. So how do you think that the Trudeau government and the Justin Trudeau himself can gain any popularity from the Hindus? And Hindus is the population. Just to give a quick demographics, the Canadian population, just going by the religion, right? I'm just going to give you a religious demographic. The Christians are around 53.3% of the population, and Muslims are 4.9. Okay, and they're the second biggest population in Canada, 4.9% Muslims, and the third biggest is Hindus, which is 2.3%. Fourth is 2.1% Sikhs, and then the Buddhists, which are 1%, and the Jewish people is 0.9%. Okay, and people who don't belong to any religion, they form about 34.6%. So that's why I said they're not considered a religion. So the second biggest population is 4.9%. So that is why Mr. Trudeau, while he has alienated the Hindus, he's kind of holding on to the Muslim and Sikh population here, which in together, combined population is about 7%. So that's pretty significant for him, and that's why he's hoping that, because many Christians don't even go to vote. And if you look at the voter turnout in Canada, it's typically between 20% and 40%, 50%. Okay, that's about it. So there's never been a riding where the voter turnout is more than 50%. Very, very seldom. Okay, so typically that's the voter turnout. So what does it tell you? That most people do not vote in Canada. And if most people do not vote in Canada, it's if the minorities that are voting coming in large numbers to vote, he's guaranteed that his candidate is going to win in that particular riding. So that is basically how they're mobilizing these people to come and vote for Liberal Party. So that's the bottom line.
One more question to you, okay? The Hindu alienation, okay? And I want to ask you, see, we saw, हम भारत में देखे हैं, जब भी अपोजिशन पार्टी मोदी को टारगेट करती है तो तुरंत लोग उसके खिलाफ वोट करते हैं. जो भारत बोलती है कि किसी को भी टारगेट करो, मगर मोदी को अगर सीधा टारगेट किया, कोई गाली दिया, तो हम तुम्हारा साथ नहीं खड़े होंगे. जैसा मौत का सौदागर हो या चाय बेचने वाला का जेब हो, वैसा, सो हाउ डू यू थिंक ये जो मोदी का गवर्नमेंट को जो ट्रूडो टारगेट करता है, इसका नुकसान पड़ेगा क्या है? हाउ इट इज गोइंग टू प्ले इन द माइंड ऑफ हिंदूज? You know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah, and end of the day,
Anti-Modi.
yeah, becoming anti-Modi is for the Hindus who live in this country, or not. I shouldn't say Hindus. For many Indians who live in this country, Modi is like a stalwart, I should say. He's like the people consider him as their idol, and their the kind of the man who is brought in a lot of progress in India, and they respect him, and they kind of have a lot of respect and feelings for Modi. So when the Canadian government, not knowing this, actually, unfortunately for them, they kind of decided, under Trudeau, I'm talking about, they decided that they're going to do Modi bashing, and become a critique of Modi, and and every given opportunity, they want to go with anything that is anti-Modi, right? So any forces that are anti-Modi, they want to support them. They kind of supported the farmers' agitation, which was led by the Khalistanis, and they kind of made a big fuss about what happened in JNU a few years ago, when the university students who are under the leadership of what's that guy? I don't even remember these little scoundrels that are on the
Kannaya Kumar and
Kanhaiya Kumar. Exactly. Thank you.
now he is running for election in Congress ticket against Manoj Tiwari in Delhi.
He's part of Communist Party, right? CPI.
No. Now he come to, because you had to understand, Congress party has become the Communist Party. So it
Correct.
doesn't.
Yes, that is true. So under such people, they were having a huge discussion at the JNU that what is it? Azadi and blah 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 and whatever. I don't know what Azadi from what. I know I want Azadi from these corrupt politicians.
Bharat tera tukda hoga. Inshallah.
And all that stuff, right? So Canadian government kind of, when government Indian government took action against those people, Canadian government was the first to criticize. Oh my God, you can't do that. It's a student agitation and blah blah blah. It's all happening peacefully. And then farmers agitation, they said, oh, you can't do any such things because it's all happening peacefully. And when peaceful rallies were happening in Canada, they imposed an emergency in Canada, and for the first
took
time,
away the money.
and then froze their bank accounts and stuff like that. So this is called double standards, right?
No. You had to understand. But एक बात आपको समझना पड़ेगा viewers को भी. कनाडा में, अगर आप गोरा नहीं है तो you are not even a human being. Abrahamic religion में नहीं है तो आप you are not even a human being. That's the way this government treats people.
Yeah. So so basically, the crazy thing that is happening is Modi bashing is not going to work for him. That is what he has not realized. The funny thing is he's got so many intelligence agencies working for him, CSIS, and so many others, right? But the problem with an RCMP and all of them. But the thing is, and Trudeau, the Liberal Party themselves have intelligence information coming in from,
उसको समझने के लिए भी intelligence होना चाहिए ना.
Exactly. See, they don't understand that the impact of that, what that's going to do to them. So they're basically surviving on a very superficial level. And unfortunately, this is going to become his own downfall, and which he's not realized. But that's a fact of the matter. Because the Canadians who are from India, the Indian Canadians I'm talking about, most of them are extremely supportive of Modi and stuff what he has done. Whether it is a Muslim, whether it is a Hindu, whether it is a Christian, it doesn't matter which religion. Many of them support what Modi has done in India in the last 10 years.
Vinay Ji, I have a last word from you I want, and that is about ये हिंदू कम्युनिटी जो है उसको आप जरा प्रेरणा दें कि जाके वोट करो, और ये जो अपने खिलाफ ये जो षड्यंत्र चल रहा है कनाडा में उसके प्रचार करो और वोट दो. इसके बारे में आप कैसा करेंगे, कैसा बोलेंगे?
100%. I mean, this is what is going on. I mean, I go to temples, I go to places of worship, and a lot of these Hindus come in there, and it's our bound duty. It's not just my duty or your duty, but it's the bound duty of every person, every individual, to go and cast their vote, no matter what. I've lived in Canada for a very long time, okay, and I have never missed. As soon as I got my citizenship, I've never missed an election, and I've never missed a voting, whether it's a provincial voting, whether it's federal voting, or whether it's a council elections or whatever, right? I participate in that. It's a democratic right for you. And tomorrow, don't complain that people, this party is doing bad, or this party is not doing helping out or whatever, right? Because end of the day, brother, you know what, brothers and sisters, this is your right. So you have to go and vote. And if tomorrow, yes, unfortunate things happen, and the other party comes into power that you don't support, but you just have to live with it and say, you know what, next elections, I'm going to vote again. I'm going to keep voting. I want my government to come. So this is your right, and this is your thing, right? So the end of the day, especially Hindus and especially the Catholics, especially the Christian majority that lives in this country, right? 53%. They have to go and vote. Okay, you cannot let this election ruled by minorities, because minorities cannot make a decision for the country. So this is the unfortunate part. So everybody has to vote, and I'm not saying that Sikhs should not vote or Muslims should not vote. Everybody should vote, and end of the day, it's the democracy that actually prevails.
लास्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू विनय जी, लास्ट क्वेश्चन। ये जो खालसा परेड चल रहा है, खालसा परेड के नाम पे या कोई भी ऐसा परेड प्रोपेगेट किया जाता है जहां एंटी हिंदू नरेटिव का पुश किया जाता है, हिंदुओं का गाली दिया जाता है, जो प्रो एंटी इसराइल का नाम पे जो जू का ऊपर गालियां दिया जाता है, हेट क्राइम्स किए जाते हैं हिंदुओं के खिलाफ, जूओं के खिलाफ, क्रिश्चियों के खिलाफ, मतलब इसका मायने इलेक्शन में कैसा पड़ेगा? लास्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू।
This is going to have a huge impact, because Jewish population, although it is 0.9% in Canada, they control a lot of businesses. Okay, they are one of the biggest contributors to the Liberal Party, kind of Conservative Party, and whatever. Again, Trudeau has not realized this. And end of the day, there could be a lot of Sikhs, but poor people, Sikhs are all plumbers, okay, and electricians and just general workers, right? They don't have a lot of money to donate to these parties, okay. So, but whereas Jewish people have a lot of money, unimaginable amount of money that they contribute to the government, and also, to the parties, different parties. And end of the day, the anti-Jewish, anti-Hindu, anti-Christian, whatever rallies are being taken out, these are going to work against the government, because the government is turning a blind eye to this, because the Khalsa parades are going on where they're,
will you say they are turning blind eye, or they are propagating these things?
Yeah, I mean, politically, I just want to be politically correct here. Turning a blind eye is a better word than saying they're actually supporting those guys. Because end of the day, right, you need a permit to run these rallies, okay? And if the government, they have to go to the government, the police, to run these rallies. And if they get the permit to run these rallies, and in the rallies they're openly commenting and showing assassination of a prime minister openly in a rally, or saying Khalistan Zindabad and things like that, and criticizing the Jewish population and things like that, this is actually going to harm these people. And Canada calls itself an inclusive nation. Unfortunately, what is happening in the last few years under the leadership of Trudeau, Canada is nothing, definitely not an inclusive nation. That's the impression I'm getting, and that's the impression most of the people across the globe are getting.
He has propagated more hate than any other PM I know of.
Exactly.
He means each community hating the other community. That he has.
That is what he's propagating. Exactly.
I was saying somebody there, when in olden days, I never cared about going to a Sikh business or some other business. But nowadays we cannot do that because of the way how Canada is today.
Exactly.
Do you agree with me on that?
I mean, you know what? End of the day, right? The Conservatives are about 21 to 25%, leading in polls. Okay, and that the 25%, the 21 to 25%, that point that they're leading by against the Liberals is going to turn into a winner for the Conservatives. So end of the day, we just have to put up with this man called Trudeau for the next few months.
Thank you, Vinay Ji. I just want to request all our Hindu brothers and sisters and all the people in essentially, just do what Modi Ji said, not only there in Bharat but also in Canada. That is, Pahle Madatan, Fir Jalpan. That's a thing. First voting and then the drink and the snacks. Till then, there is no, because voting is a must if you want your rights.
Go first thing in the morning and vote, and then, enjoy the rest of the day.
Absolutely. Thank you, Vinay Ji. Appreciate it. And looking forward to talk to you again. Friends, what do you think? Do you also believe that the Hindu community is going turning away from Justin Trudeau. Okay, comment and say what your opinion is. We would love to hear from you. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Ram.